And I just noticed I had my mic muted, so no one heard that. Oh, that is a bit of a screw up. So let me just recap. GMan 60, Goblins versus Vampires, Toast Guy 7, and Blood Dragon. No, it's not Blood Dragon, it's... Huh. Donkey Dragon, sorry. So yes, fresh teams, Goblins versus Vampires. This should be entertaining. We have Mr. Gerbear joining us. Just waiting for the game to start and Mr. Gerbear to make his appearance. Hello, Lorcan Torren. Yes, it definitely will be a skink. And the game is up. Let us enter. So... here we are. And 3 rolls for the angels. And 2 bribes for the goblins. We have 2 trolls on the goblin team. We have a chainsaw. And... a fanatic. Looks fine. We have 3 vampires on the vampire team. 3 reserve thralls. Yes. And as far as I can see, no level ups on these teams, so I guess they're totally fresh. They have no previous experience from Greenhorn Cup.
Have they started yet?
Just setting up.
Okay. It's going to be a good one because the coaches are good and the teams are silly.
Yes, and the game is starting in a blizzard.
Always nice.
Yeah. The goblins have a chainsaw and a fanatic and 2 trolls.
Yeah, that's the usual start, I assume. If you don't like fun. If you like fun, you get the bomber as well. And the pogo is like bad.
Yeah. Hello, Viking Cop. Welcome to the game. Or welcome to the stream, I guess.
Andy or Donkey Dragon calls 2+ on the fame, which is pretty good.
Yep.
That's going to mean a lot of cash for him. He probably will get the apothecary.
Yes, and we have a touchback for the goblins.
Ooh. Let's see if the troll can kill some trolls.
Just a stun.
Oh, I really like the fanatic. It's probably going to get another hit. No damage, sadly.
Yes. I mean, you want deaths in a goblins versus vampires game.
Well, you want deaths in any game, really.
Yes. But it's always fun seeing a goblin die.
Well, I don't think there is any player in the game which is not fun to see die.
Yeah. Hello, random boy. Well done on your victory yesterday, even though that was a horrible final.
I'm not sure about putting guys next to the fanatic, because that's how you end up with the fanatic hitting one of your guys.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea.
Probably going to blitz there, but still, I feel like it might hit him back later.
Yeah, literally. You played in yesterday's Chaos Cup, right, Gerbear?
Yes, I did. I played the Line Rats, which is like Skaven, but with all with only the good players on the Skaven team.
Yeah, no, I remember. That was definitely a quite fun day, I must say.
Yeah, I induced Big Rat like 2 times, and it was incredible because he was so bad.
Random boy suggesting that he's supporting the fanatic so he doesn't get knocked down, but the thing is, the other goblins might be knocked down.
Well, you can support the fanatic by having like the goblins like 1 away from him, so that way you're not going to hit yourself by accident and like you're still blocking assists.
Yeah, and we have a sent off goblin already on turn 1.
Yeah, not bribing that because he wants the bribes on the chainsaw and the fanatic.
Yep. Yep. Viking Cop saying big rat, best rat.
He is outside of Fezlich, because Fezlich is both a fanatic and the line rat, which makes him the best. Also, he has foul appearance, which is the best skill in the game as well.
Yeah. Random boy, does that fix the echo?
I hope he does.
Yeah, I had my door closed because the wind was really bad and I didn't want it like blowing shut and scaring me to death while we were streaming.
So yeah, just the vampires repositioning slowly. They're trying to maybe slow the Gobbos a bit, but don't really want to get in the way of the fanatic.
Yeah. Donkey Dragon told me this is his first game as vampires, so
No, vampires are not an easy one to learn. And that's a 1 in 9. Might even take that just because it's a knockdown on a goblin. Does it roll?
Brando boy, come on. Saying there was echo because the stream was on Discord as well for him.
Random boy so smart. Top tier coach.
And now we will see if his fanatic support backfires.
Well, he's probably going to just go forward and try to maybe hit one of the thralls that is a little bit far away. Either the one in the front or those to the sides. It's possible in theory, but not very likely in practice.
Yeah, that's Blood Bowl in a nutshell.
Yeah, pretty much.
Brando boy saying he has 200 IQ.
Sure, farm.
And we
removal.
Yep.
Well, technically second removal because a goblin sent himself off.
Yeah, but that's to be expected. So both teams still have their rerolls, so I don't think this is going to be a very high scoring match unless the vampires have some good rolls.
Well, like the vampires would like to score quickly just to eat bribes, but they probably are just going to play it slow because like diving a gobbo cage is not that easy. I'm very disappointed to not see anyone get chainsawed in the face. Also, he
Yes.
just hit his own goblin. Good job, this guy. Good job. But now he gets the options to maybe hit another one of his goblin.
Yeah.
Instead, he hits a thrall. Much better. But yeah, now all the options are theoretically could be bad. Body is safe. We are probably going to see the troll trying to slap one of the thralls in the face.
Yes. That would make sense.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely would prefer to see the fanatic trying to go forward. That way, he's not like behind the ball, where he either hits the ball or does like something very meaningless.
Yeah. It would be pretty funny if a fanatic like kills the ball carrier.
Yeah, it's always funny. Although the most funny thing you can do with a fanatic is just like push someone into a one turn position and one turn, because no one expects that.
Another stun there.
Yeah, as Running Boy said correctly, the left flank is a bit open, but Andy, like Donkey Dragon, not going for the Hypno Gaze to try and maybe get the ball down. Does get a power on a Goblin, which KOs him.
Yep.
And now there's a Vampire on the ball.
Yeah, that's never a good thing.
Well, you're a Goblin, you can sometimes dodge. and maybe the fanatic will not hit you, and then like clear the vampire. It could happen.
Yeah, it could, but that would be so boring.
Yeah, it would be more fun if he just like knocks his own ball down, and then it scatters into the chainsaw. It
Yes.
should always scatter into the chainsaw. Like, it's been 2 turns and no one got chainsaw in the face. Are you sure we are watching a goblin match?
I don't know, maybe fake goblins.
Three goblins.
It's actually just a Chaos Dwarf team, and the trolls are like 3 Chaos Dwarves, like standing on each other.
Fair enough. That would make sort of sense. Yeah, not a lot happening. It's mostly trying to position correctly, while the position is not that sophisticated because it's rookie goblins versus rookie vampires in the end of the day. It's a match of trying to slap each other, and eventually someone loses enough players to actually lose.
Yep. And these two teams haven't even been in Greenhorn, so they are totally rookie.
Yeah. Both players would like to see some level ups, especially because they might face Haringzord's silly OP Camry teams later.
Yep.
And no one likes that Camry team. It's way too stupid. Like, Tomb Guardians have hidden agility 4.
What the hell? That's Haringzord cheating again.
Yes. Well, usually he plays AV6 dwarves, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, goes with the fanatic. Could have hit the ball there, but he hits the troll instead. That's a very good fanatic, I have to say.
Yep.
Come on, hit your own ball. No,
Come on. Stunned
that's
it.
the guy.
He doesn't want to
Really
hit his...
weird.
Yeah.
Hmm?
He doesn't want to hit his own players. He doesn't want to kill anyone. What's his use?
Well, usually he's like there for stupid, like just pushing a guy on the floor, half the field, and not even breaking once.
Yeah.
Now, if it was me, I would blitz with the chainsaw to try and kill the vampire, but he's probably going to blitz with a Gobbos or the troll.
Yeah.
Yes, for Dorking Dragon, like, a thing to remember as vamps always is to remember that you have Hypnogaze. It's such a powerful skill. Sometimes you just like try it and it doesn't work, but that's fine. But like if it does work, it just gives you a hit on the ball, and taking a hit on the ball is always good. It's also usually when you move your vamps, you want to make sure that if you bloodlust, you have someone in range, which is not too bad to bite. It doesn't have to be next to where you want to go.
Yeah.
Ooh, troll slaps a vampire.
Injury on the vampire.
Vampire's injured, and I believe it's not regen because like cyanide it doesn't know how to code thing,
Yeah.
and we know it beforehand. That's a big slap from the troll.
Yep. And that is a badly hurt on vampire, so he's out. Only 2 vampires for vampires now.
The good thing is that the trolls are good enough against goblins to actually play, because
Yeah.
you don't have tackle, you don't have block either way. It's only the agility for this match.
Yeah.
Actually, Viking Hop, he doesn't punch, he slaps you with the back of his hand. Usually,
Yes. Super bitch slap.
ooh, that's a 1 in 9 on a troll. Troll going down.
Mm.
No one broke. Very
Yep.
disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah, we had
The ball.
Hmm?
I agree with Random Boy. The ball is very exposed. If you hypnogaze the goblin on the top, like you can even make it a 3 dice on the ball, and you don't need to fear Bloodlust too much.
Yep.
Bloodlust. Or that also opens up a hit on the ball, but with a thrall.
Yep. And both teams still have their rerolls, so
The vamps use one of the rerolls, but you start with 4 because you need them so much.
oh yeah.
Just a stun, one of a KO on the bite.
Yep.
And now there is a vampire on the chainsaw. And if he doesn't chainsaw now, I'm just going to like kick him from the league. I'm pretty sure Metal will approve. So
Yes.
I don't hate the both down here, but probably you should reroll this. Both down is fun, and we need some fun. Good job.
Oh, death! Oh, shit!
I told you it was fun.
Yes. Okay, first death there.
Yeah. On a both down with a lot of 6s and 5s. Would have killed a troll as well.
Yeah. You did get the ball away, but at what cost?
Ooh, Fanatic. Goes in. Time to try and hit some corpses. And he gets it. I feel bad for the trolls.
Yeah, it just
I know,
like
he's not hitting hard.
he was just one off armor break there.
Come on, chainsaw the vampire. You can do it.
Yes, he's doing it. Only a
Did
stun.
it. Well, chainsaw only really helps on the break,
Yeah.
but a stun is good enough. And we got to see some chainsaw action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miranda Boy's not happy with your advice to do both down there.
Well, I said it's the fun option. I would definitely reroll it before taking the both down, but maybe both down after the reroll. Just because it's fun, and pushing him is not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Ooh. Fail on the pickup, rerolls into a fail again.
Yeah. But he
And
scatter pick up.
yep, best kind of pickup. But the vampire can hit that with a single GFI. It's a snow GFI, but you probably have to take it.
Yes. Because yeah, he kind of has to.
The other option is maybe try to kill the chainsaw instead, which also works. He's a nice target to remove, because he's very good at dying. You can even make it a 3 dice on him. Just goes straight onto the ball.
Yep.
Fails the GFIs.
Is he gonna reroll? Yes.
Does make the reroll. No both down or pow here, so no knockdown. Even if he really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Going to try and smack some goblins down, but dodge makes them really tough to knock down.
Yes.
You're more likely to 1 dice pow a guy instead of 2 dice powing a goblin. which is surprisingly weird. Ooh, gets a 1 in 9.
Injury.
And that's another vampire.
Yeah.
That's a minus movement.
Uh,
That's the bench for Donkey Dragon.
yeah.
He's not happy with the results on the dice.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, and it's quite weird. The goblins are leading on players available.
Well, they start with the same amount, but getting those removals is really good.
Yep.
Ooh, Fnatic is really keen on punching this guy, but he's not very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
GFI hit it all. Come on. I know it doesn't make sense. Also, we have another chance to maybe chainsaw a vampire, but I have the feeling he will just blitz with a goblin instead, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
No, he goes for the chainsaw.
Yes.
Come on, Vroom Vroom.
KO.
Knocks him out.
Ugh.
Good job, chainsaw. Chainsaw to the face.
That sounds very fun.
For us, it is.
Yes. So I think goblins are gonna score now.
Well, they're going to stall it out, of course, but
Yeah.
the vampires are going to need something crazy to stop the score at this point. But the chainsaw is very exposed, so we might see an attempt to kill him.
Yes. Yeah, because we only have one vampire on the field, and one is permanently out. So that's not great.
Ooh, really stupid on the troll. That makes this troll very happy. And possibly he can try to dodge and do some GFIs to hit the ball, but it's not going to be the most likely of plays.
Yeah.
Dodges in for the really stupid assist for the troll. Troll reward with a stun.
Yep. Boo.
No. Well, we had a death, which is nice. We don't want all of the vampire team to die game 1,
We don't.
even though they... Well, I don't, because I like Donkey Dragon, and like his like last rebel team, which is a very old one, which was Dark Elf, was known for having like all the players die game 1, so we had to like re-roll into a fresh team after on game 2.
Ouch.
Yeah, that he's pretty good at having his teams die.
Yeah.
Come on, hit the chainsaw. Ooh, bloodlusts. Was that a blitz? I'm not sure. But now he has to either buy the troll or possibly just leave the pitch. Ooh, interesting. He's not blitzing, but he might still buy the troll. At this point, I would just let the vampire go out, because you don't really need... Like, you're not going to stop the Gobbos anyway, and getting a free like armor roll on a troll is not good. And the vampire will be back regardless.
Yeah. It is only a stun though, so
Not punished.
yeah.
So yeah, the vampires are applying some pressure, but it's going to be hard to actually force the Gobbos to risk some dice. They can always just bring the chainsaw and chainsaw the troll if
Yeah.
they feel a little bit risky. If they want to go safe, they can just two dice the troll instead.
Mm.
But you should chainsaw, because if you're not chainsawing, then you should play a different team. Just play halflings. You get better guys. Come on, troll.
Nope, just a stun.
Just we got to see the slap animation, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Oh, don't. He's not going for the assist, so he's going to chainsaw. Come on. Kill him, or kill yourself, one of the two. Kill yourself? No! That's not how snakes should work.
Yeah.
I actually never saw him like slap himself on the head with the chainsaw, and the chainsaw bouncing off. And ooh, now that's
Ooh.
juicy.
Yeah, that's an injury. Bad yet.
And there is a troll on the ball,
Yep.
and just one dice, and have the vampire as a follow-up with a blitz.
Yes, that changes her position slightly.
It gives the vampires a possible chance to actually do a thing. That was a lot of ones in that sequence, because it was a snakes on the chainsaw, a 1 and a 2 on the armor of the chainsaw, followed by double skulls. Ooh, he goes for the blitz first with the vampire to make it a safe 2 dice instead of trying to grid in 1 more dice.
Yeah.
The big risk in doing that is that you need to make the bloodlust check. Oh, he's not going for the blitz on the ball. He's going to try and kill the chainsaw. That's a knockdown on the chainsaw. He survived 1 armor hit.
Injury.
And that's the chainsaw out.
Yep. And it is a smashed knee.
That's a dead chainsaw.
Yeah.
As dead as they get. Well, he's niggled, but you're not going to keep a niggled guy with practically armor 4.
Yeah. And now the teams are equal again, because that's the entire bench of goblins as well.
Yeah, with the chainsaw on the send-off on the goblin to start with.
Yeah.
That's his bench. And now the ball is not exactly safe, but it's still a gobbo. Ooh, he hits his own gobbo, but that lets him push himself out of the tough position.
Yep.
That's not bad, hitting your own goblin there, which is nice. If he hits him again, he can just avoid tackle zones. But he goes away.
Yeah, I think that's asking it a bit too much.
Well, it's a fanatic. Everything is random, and you just embrace the result.
Yeah.
The question is, do you try to free up your goblin with the loner troll, or do you just go for the dodge instead? Because they are about the same in likelihood. Ooh, with the other troll moving, maybe you can get something safer. But you will still also need to hit the other troll with the goblin.
Yeah. Yeah, Rhino Boy not approving of a no bomber strategy.
Yeah, Bomber is the best player in terms of fun. And the Pogoer is bad, so you should never get him. Like, he's not fun, because you never use leap because dodging is better, but he looks funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Gets the knockdown on the troll, come on.
Nope.
No damage.
Only a 5 on that armor break.
And goes for the dodge and he scores.
Yeah.
That's 1-0 for the Gobbos.
Yep.
I'm not sure about scoring. Actually, no. Regardless, he will need to waste some bribes to keep the secret weapons on the field and he doesn't have a bench. So he has to give up on one of them if he wants to have one of them for the second half. I assume the chainsaw will be kept.
No, chainsaw is knocked out.
Oh yeah, the chainsaw is nickel, so he's just going to try and hope no bribe fails on the fanatic to keep him on the field.
Yeah.
That's so few times the sleep is good. Like you're better being cheaper and getting another bribe and just chainsaw the diving tackle in the face. Ooh. He puts the fanatic on the LOS because he's going to be tough to hit. I kinda like that. But yeah, it's a vampire two-turn. They do have one reroll, which might make it possible, but the snow is going to be very annoying here.
Yeah.
The fanatic tactics are working. He's just avoiding the LOS instead because he doesn't want the fanatic.
Yeah. Oh. Problem could be if he gets perfect defense.
Yeah, perfect defense or a blitz. Like on a blitz, the fanatic can just go around and try to punch some people.
Yeah.
Diving tackle is a fake skill, so regardless, it doesn't work.
Yes.
I played my match earlier. Someone tried to dodge from diving tackle and he rolled a 5. So, fake skill.
Yeah.
Can't prove it more than that.
And the vampires get an extra reroll.
That's going to be important. Oh, he's going for the end of immediately. That's a little bit risky. Because that forces him to get some trolls into position.
And boy saying or he's saying someone is a typical chaos coach.
Who told you it worked? I'm not sure who is SB. Somebody? I don't know. Tentacles work on leap, not diving tackle. So if you have like a Beast of Nergal, you cannot leap out the Beast of Nergal. But you can shadowing out, which makes shadowing the best skill.
Yes, I think Ornan proved shadowing is the best skill in the game.
No, but pass block is the best skill in the game because some kind of wizard proved that it's better than block. Because he took it on a werewolf as the first skill. Totally intentional. Doesn't bloodlust. But the vampire is pretty exposed over there. He can get a hit to free the troll, and then the troll can just... He will need some GFIs, but if it's a knockdown on the troll, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Ooh. GFIs there, that makes him safe against some shenanigan selves. Because in theory you can run some goblins around.
Yep.
Well, the shadowing is nice on fast players. Like usually something like diving tackle proves to be better, but shadowing is like budget diving tackle, and diving tackle is a fake skill, but shadowing actually works. Ooh. those guys going for some sort of passive defense, trying to force dodges out of the vamps. Ooh, Fanatic hitting a goblin, not what you want to see.
Yeah, only a push.
Well, a push is the good part.
Yeah,
If that was a POW, that would have been a turnover.
yeah, that would have not been great.
Ooh. Spin, Fanatic spin.
Ooh, 7 on the armor break.
Yeah, but that does free up 2 goblins, so they don't need to dodge, which
Yeah.
is nice. You don't like dodging, it fails. Uh, well, like, we did have that many finals, and people don't remember the bad finals that happened on, like, one day cup that happened, like, a year ago, and I'm sure one of them was bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was that bad a final because I didn't watch all of it, but it's just funny to pile on. It's
Yeah. Well, it's a bad final because it had a random boy.
yeah. And I think most people are just saying it was a bad final because Metal said it was, and we're all just jumping on that train.
In theory, if, like, those guy really wants, he can, just in theory, chain push the vampire one back with the troll on a massive chain push and then try to self him. But I'm pretty sure it's not the game plan.
Yeah.
Fun to see, like, the biggest self in Blood Bowl history. Ooh, the troll goes stupid. Was it a blitz as well? If it's a blitz, we might see a reroll on here.
Yeah, loner fail.
Loner on a 1. That is not good.
Nope, and I think vampires are gonna score now.
Well, I would like to see him just throw a goblin and try to reposition to make that tough, but no, he's going for blocks instead. Could have used that roll to throw a goblin to try and complete some sort of screen. Which would have been funny because we get to throw a goblin at another goblin, but
Yeah. KO on that thrall.
that in this position you probably still need to succeed on the bloodlust, but it's going to be a very easy score because you can just free up a thrall to do the blitz onto the goblin, and then you don't even need the GFI on the vampire because you did it last turn.
Yep.
Ooh, that goblin position is going to be annoying. Going to mean you need to do everything with the vampire, and it might force a GFI. Although there is now a chain push of some sort, if you can arrange it, you can at least try. Not going to be a good one though. It's probably just going to be vampire dodging and blitzing the goblin out of the way and hoping that dice work out. Although he can use the other vampire to try and hypnogaze the goblin that went from the back and then do the same play with the troll.
Yep.
Probably would have been slightly better. But he makes it, and tripwire.
Oh!
No tripwire is the best tripwire. But
Makes it second time.
Ooh. one troll comes back, that means the goblin have the number advantage, unless the fanatic doesn't want to get bribed,
Yeah.
but he does. Yeah, winning is the important part in the end, Viking Cup. Although having fun is also nice. But it's not mandatory because it's Blood Bowl.
I mean, could have been a bad final, but he still gets a mug, so...
That's true. And that Rebel Cup is very nice. Well, every team has the potential to one turn if you believe hard enough. Unless it's Camry. Because, like, if you're Camry, we don't believe that hard.
Wait, so even dwarves can one turn?
Yes. Well, dwarves have movement 6 players and a lot of frenzy.
Mm.
So it's actually one of the... It's like the easiest of the movement 6 one-turners. Which is still very unlikely, but it's possible. And it's not that difficult to learn. I really like this Fanatic in the middle setup from Toast Guy. It's capitalizing on the Fanatic, and he knows that Donkey Dragon doesn't really want to commit to knock him down. Although it might be worth it in theory to try and one dice him, because even a both down is always going to be a knockout on the Fanatic.
Yep.
Ooh, a Blitz, that's not good. We have Trolls going to probably throw someone, and the Fanatic is going to go for a ride.
Yep.
Go, Fanatic, go! Kill someone!
He's going for vampire. Oh no, going for troll. Yes.
Yeah, that's a knockdown into the Gobbo. Now the time to throw. I really hope someone will get eaten.
Yeah. And the ball is gonna land close to that touchline.
Ooh, the troll is stupid. The first troll is stupid, but there is another one.
Yeah.
So there is a chance to throw. Also, the Fanatic is now on a vamp, so Toast Guy might be inclined to actually try and knock him down.
Yeah. Too bad we don't have a chainsaw anymore.
This chainsaw killed. Well, he didn't kill himself, but he tried to, and then someone else killed him.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see Toast Guy throw earlier because it's never a turnover unless you hit one of your own guys. And if you move first, then ooh, he's not throwing. That's boring. Why would he do that?
He's boring.
Well, he gets a foul on a throw instead. Come on, slap him. That's what you get for not throwing the goblin. You get nothing. He could have had a guy under that ball, but he decided not to.
Yeah. Is it
Hypnogaze is AG, I believe, and hypnogazing the Fanatic is super pointless.
Is it possible to throw the fanatic?
And no, because it doesn't have the right stuff. I believe all the non-star players, goblins, don't have right stuff, but I know that the Chainsaw Star player has it while the normal Chainsaw doesn't.
Okay. Badly hurt on that goblin. Now we're starting to see the goblins starting to lose a bit more players.
That's what he wants is the vamps. Actually, no, it's not the Chainsaw Goblin that gets right stuff from being a star, it's the bomber. So in theory you can throw the bomber, so he will throw a bomb at someone else. Although you can't because the bomb is the throw action as well, I believe. But it would have been funny to throw someone so he could throw a bomb later.
Yeah.
That will give a 2 dice on the Fanatic with this vampire. That's not looking good for the Fanatic.
And death! We have a dead one.
I really like how the thralls, like, do they look at me now after they punch you?
And we have a KO on the Fanatic. This has gone very horribly for the goblins.
Well, the Fanatic always gets KO'd, but the death there is going to be painful.
Yeah.
Especially with the Chainsaw already dead as well.
And that's why you should have thrown a goblin.
If you throw on a Goblin, he couldn't blitz to make it 2 dice on the Fanatic. Because he had to blitz the ball.
Random boy, I might be able to, depends on what time you are playing it.
Well, if you ask like an hour in advance on Discord, some people might be able to arrange so it will be cast. If you really want it casted, of course, you don't have to ask us. Again, not throwing a Goblin, which is a massive mistake. I have my doubts that you can actually roll bad dice to a random boy.
Why the goddamn it? Get your pansy.
So who do you think has the momentum now?
Well, the vampires are still holding the ball, and there is no secret weapon left, so making the ball drop from a vampire is going to be hard. But we might end up with a draw if the goblins play it well enough. Also, if bloodlusts start to kick in, it might be impossible to actually defend. I have done sillier things, like opening my own stream and forgetting to mute it. So there was like me hearing me and chat hearing me twice.
Come on,
I
get
didn't
bit.
do it for a long time. Ooh, bloodlust. That's going to hurt for this. Poor Thrall going in for the assist just to get beaten.
Yeah. Luckily, I mostly stream on my desktop and watch streams on my laptop, so I always have Twitch muted on my desktop, so I haven't had that problem yet.
Yeah, let's see if... Oh, just a stun.
Yeah.
Bite harder. Ooh, I'm not sure about that dodge because that makes marking that goblin a lot less effective. Because now you can just dodge out with a single dodge.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the game plan might be from the goblin, but they can try all the dodges to maybe get a hit on the ball. Seems like they are just going for the safe route of punching another troll in the face.
Yeah. I still want him to throw goblin at that vampire.
I do too. I want him to eat a goblin mostly, but like throwing it at someone is good as well.
Yeah. We have a stunned.
Yeah, I think the strategy right now is just try to base all the thralls, because then you might make the vampires fear to advance, because maybe you don't start with bloodlusts, but like if you advance without the thralls, eventually it might bite you back.
Yeah. And Random Boy, that's actually a very good time for me, so I should be able to cover it. I will see if I can organize a co-caster for that time. Otherwise, it's just gonna be me like, I think this is a good idea, but I don't know shit, so...
He goes in for trying to blitz the ball instead of he gets KO'd on the dodge.
Yeah, and that's a
He
KO.
tried.
Yeah, he tried, and he failed. And he should feel bad.
Well, he is knocked out, so I'm not sure if he can feel anything.
Yeah. Wow, Viking Cop, that's a bit mean. He says, nice dodge, idiot.
Well, he's correct.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, this is two of Viking Cop's clanmates playing against each other, so... I'm quite sure
Ooh,
they vote
that's a 1 in
worst.
9. That will be a reroll. Ooh, he takes it. That does leave a red dice open if those guy really wants it, and he probably will take it because it doesn't get much better than a red dice.
Yeah.
He knows that's a meme. Ooh, he might be able to dodge once to make it a 1 dice as well. That's a very bad position for Donkey Dragon. Like if the goblin that was both downed dodges for the assist, he does have it 1 dice. That's how you lose. And he didn't even throw a goblin at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dodge is good. Not sure about the positioning of the goblin. It should have been 1 more. Actually, no, it couldn't have been. Ooh, that's a skull.
Ooh.
That's another
The
skull.
skull.
That
Oh.
fails the 75% to get some sort of knockdown with the reroll.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of ones with double skulls into double ones. That's not the first time we see Toast Guy roll those dice.
Yeah. Well, the armor roll was also double one, so...
Vampires just need to dodge away, and they should be able to actually cage up. Ooh, he goes for a block instead. That still leaves the dodge in unless he's going to block this goblin.
And another KO.
Goblin numbers are going down.
Yeah, they are
They
down.
need to do something quickly.
Yeah, 8 players on the sidelines now.
Ooh, that means only 6 on the field, I believe.
Yep.
And
6.
2 of them are trolls. Like the trolls are alone right now,
Yeah.
so that's not good.
Yeah. That being said, it hasn't gone brilliantly for vampires, but they have a minus M8 Thrall, dead Thrall, and just a badly hurt vampire, so. But nothing major, I would say.
Well, next game is going to be difficult because you're going to play with less bench, which is never good. Ooh, he fails a dodge.
Makes it second time?
Makes it on second time.
No. With a 6.
And next game might be difficult, but another dead goblin.
Oh, that is not.
That means no bench next game for the goblin unless they buy one with the chainsaw and 2 dead goblins.
Yeah.
Going to be a very tough next game, but they might just be able to use all the secret weapons.
Yeah, so. And that would be fun. That would be a fun game to stream.
Yes. Tries to blitz with the troll goes stupid. And goblin fails the dodge.
Yeah.
As long as we don't see some insane bloodlusting, this should be a safe one for Donkey Dragon.
Yep. And he's probably gonna stall as long as possible because I see no reason.
Just stall.
Yeah.
Stall to 16 and hope they don't one turn on you, because they still have that option even with very few goblins.
Yeah.
Who is coaching those Chaos Random Boy? Ooh, he does Bloodlust. That will hurt one of the trolls. Ooh, I don't like that direction too much. Would have liked to blitz him from next to a troll. Fight him. Kill him. Well, you can't kill him, just badly hurt him instead.
Okay.
First removal on a Bloodlust. Took a while. Goblin goes down. That's another injury in a goblin.
This is not working out well. Badly hurt, so not that bad.
Yeah. That's a lot of troll SPP from goblins.
Yeah, so vampires have leveled up quite nicely, I would say. They have 3 SPP on that ball carrier.
Well, at this point you just dodge with a troll and try to hit the ball. Nothing better to do, I would say. Oh, I don't know that, coach. Might be a potato. Come on, dodge the troll. Oh! Top troll of 1. So yeah, just slowly going up the pitch. Going to score in 2 turns. The fun part is going to be, are they going to one turn? But right now, they might not have the goblins to do it.
Yeah.
We're also going to see one of the trolls getting punched. Ooh, that's a 1 in 9. Does he commit a reroll? It doesn't. And the free SPP for the troll.
Yeah.
Ooh, another dead troll. This is a bloody game. That's no bench for Donkey Dragon as well next game, unless he buys one.
Yeah.
That's not what you like as vampires, because your players are fragile and you kill them yourself sometimes.
Yeah. So this has been a pretty rough first game, I must say.
Yeah, that's not what either team really wanted.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the Goblin injury box, that's 6, 2 deaths, 4 injuries, and a send-off, and that, I mean, that, like you said, that chainsaw guy is useless now.
Yeah, you fire him, you don't really want an eagle chainsaw. Chainsaw is too fragile to begin with, and he didn't even earn some SVP.
Yeah.
Unless he gets the MVP, and that would be very nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, Troll makes the really stupid on the 4+. Trying to hit another Troll, one with SVP. No luck this time.
Yep.
Ooh, another Gobbo taken down by this vampire. No,
Yeah.
actually no, it wasn't a takedown, it was dodge.
Yep.
He should have taken them both down, so I would be correct.
Yes, because that's all that matters, Gabe, and that is that you are correct.
Yes, it is. I actually don't like moving the vamp here because no one can actually threaten you, and if you roll a bloodlust and it's poor, like it's a stun or a KO or an injury there, you might turn yourself over next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So that could have been risky, but it wasn't. So at this point, you just throw a goblin because you can.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen?
You hit you throw it, it scatters on the other troll, and you kill the other troll and the goblin.
Yeah, that would be really bad.
Yes.
It would be hilarious and an excellent clip moment, but it would be really bad.
No. It's not very likely, at least. Nah, just going for hits. That's boring.
Just a stun.
That troll is 2 SVP away from a level, so if it was an injury, that would be a level on the... Also, a thing to remember here is the other troll doesn't have an assist for really stupid yet, because stupid players don't help other stupid players.
Yeah.
No, just stuns.
Come on.
It's not like we have 6 dead players already, or 5, depending. Probably just 5, but still.
Yeah. Technically, we only have 3 dead players, but a few of them are as good as dead.
Yep, minus AV on a troll, or an eagle on a chainsaw. Ooh, he goes for a block. 1 in 80. Oh, no both down into turnover. Ooh. Ooh, he doesn't move the troll to be an assist on the touchdown. He's not going to be able to score. What are you doing? He turns over. What?
What the oh my...
He didn't move the troll forward, so that stopped him from scoring, and the ball is out.
Oh my god, what the... Oh
He
dear.
just gave up the win.
Oh my.
Massive mistake. You can see this is the first time of Donkey Dragon playing this.
Yeah.
Can the goblin score in theory?
Yeah, Viking Cop is like, what the hell did my clanmate just do?
Well, there is a technically possible score. You stand up the goblin closer to the touchdown line. You pick up the ball with the other goblin, pass to the troll. Troll does dodges. Actually, no, you cannot pass and do the throw teammate. So,
So 1-1 draw.
no, you can still do it. You throw the goblin to the end zone. Then you try to knock yourself down with the other goblin next to the sideline, make it scatter out, and jump to the goblin.
What's the chance
That's
of
the
that?
only way.
What's the chance of that
Zero,
actually happening?
'cause I don't. Practically zero. But it would be funny.
Yes. That's I'm sure.
29 to end it.
Yeah.
That must be devastating for Donkey Dragon. He could have rerolled Atlas, but got to move the player.
Yeah.
That's a really bad MVP as well. It's a good one for the goblins, I believe.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. MVP on the dead player. So that game was interesting to say the least.
Well, the end was very confused.
Yeah.
And like, I'm pretty sure like Donkey Dragon is now like punching himself in regret for not moving that troll.
Yeah, I'm quite sure Viking Cop's gonna be punching him.
Well, it wasn't in a clan game, so he doesn't really care.
Yeah. So if you look at the SPP, the vampires have a good spread, 5-3-2-2-2-6, and goblins have 7-5-4. So good spread, but still that MVP on the day play is not the best.
Yes, that's 5 SPP, which is practically down the drain.
Yep. So, thank you very much, Gerbear, for joining me. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was nice. Happy to join you.
Yeah, so thanks Viking Cop and Random Boy for staying for most of the stream. So, yes, I'll probably stream Random Boy's game tomorrow. It depends. And yes, I guess that's about it. Thank you for watching and see you guys tomorrow.